You gotta psych yourself out for this. I just drank a whole cup of water. Hey, what's up? Andrew Kramer here, and welcome to another very exciting blog show. We are in the VideoCopilot sound room, which is actually just a regular room with some stuff on the walls. We've got a lot of exciting things happening. We have eharmony.com, they're our new sponsor, so if you're looking for someone who cares about you, check it out, eharmony.com. Hang on, I just trying to sign out. Okay, we're going to be talking about some macro photography, and that's where we get really close to things, and we're going to film it and talk about lighting, and we're also going to be shooting some guns, which is going to be a lot of fun. We're actually going to be filming the guns, so we'll technically be shooting them, but not in the way that you thought we were going to be doing it. We're going to be doing it a different way. So, let's put this down, and, you know, I just get real excited when I think about guns. I'm going to get people. Anyway, oh man, this is getting way too crazy. Hey, how's it going? You like that little pan? Production values, tripod. No, we don't have any of those things. But we are talking about some macro photography. So here we have a Canon 5D Mark II that's set up with a 100mm macro lens. So that allows us to focus at a very close distance. And it's also on this cool little slider that allows us to move the camera back and forth. We can also turn it this way so the camera is going forward and back. Another useful thing is this Lazy Susan, or like a turntable. So if you used to be a DJ and you know, that didn't really work out, I'm not surprised it didn't, but if you still have your equipment, you didn't have to sell it, you can even use that. You slowly turn this turntable, we can create some really interesting stuff. And then finally we have this cool adjustable arm, which is nice. It clamps onto things and it allows you just to position the camera where you need. I mean, it's a pretty strong, let me see here. So you can really, I should have come to rehearsal.
One of the cool things we like to do with VideoCopilot is shoot a scene based on a specific visual effect. So in the past, we did this meteor scene where Tino's running and this meteor comes down and breaks up his game of cards. We had Sam in Payment Plan where he gets his head shoved through a window and the glass breaks and it's like frozen in time. So it's fun to shoot these scenes so that we can show the audience what the effect might look like inside of a particular shot, and it's just kind of fun. So recently we did a scene with some SWAT guys.
Matt, you're off the force. Here, put that back with your things. Anyway, we're going to be using these two guys to hopefully simulate an entire team of SWAT people.
Basically, we had two guys the entire time, and the two guys are walking into the shot, and then we cut, and then two more guys walk into it. And you just keep in mind that there's two guys ahead of you, so you want to make sure that you don't take over the space that they're in. We generally set up on a tripod, so we have the camera locked off, we have the people walk into the scene, have more people walk into the scene, and just do as many takes as necessary. And then one of the cool things we could do is if we wanted to do an over-the-shoulder shot or like a Steadicam shot where we actually follow the action, we just make sure it's as if there's only two people in the scene, so we follow the first two guys. But that way the whole shot isn't just locked off shots the entire time. Now, for the shot where we actually pan over from the right to the left, what we did is the same principle. We locked the camera off to the right side and had people walk by in various takes. We did the same thing for the left side, and then we took the two shots, we blended them together and added sort of a fake camera movement so that it looked like we went from one shot to the next. So you almost have 8 guys in a single fluid movement. So it just helps add to the realism.
Anyway, Sam, little tip. If you see a bunch of SWAT officers pointing their gun at you, don't pull your gun out. Just saying. Oh, by the way, turns out after looking at the footage, it was actually a candy bar that he pulled out. So I talked to the SWAT guys afterwards and said, oh, you guys, do you feel bad? Do you regret it? And they said no.
And another bonus is we have all the guys coming in with rifles, and then all of a sudden we cut to a guy, he's got a handgun, we cut back to him, he's got a rifle. What does that mean? It means he's like the quickest draw. He pulls it out, he puts it away for the next shot. It's very quick. You didn't even see it. What other things did people notice? Any mistakes in that movie? No. It was perfect. How do you edit a shot that has visual effects? Well, what we did is we simply brought all the takes in, and then you overlay them in your video editing application like Premiere or whatever you use, Movie Maker. You want to put it in there, and you overlay it, say at 50%, and you put the multiple takes on top, and then you can adjust the clips to fit the timing. And then once you have that, then you can render it, and you can actually watch it in the edit, and then once you decide, okay, that is the right pace, then you can bring that over into After Effects and then composite the shots together. Maybe add some lens flares in there. Maybe. One of the things we thought about from the very beginning was to shoot the shots how we would if we actually had 10 people. So we didn't worry about overlapping. We didn't worry too much about how hard the shots were going to be to composite later. We wanted to get the dynamic shots that we think would make the scene good. You don't want to limit yourself and make it look like you're intentionally trying to dodge difficult effect shots. So the real benefit is with craft services and catering. Instead of having 10 guys to feed, you only have 2 guys to feed. And generally, if it's only 2 guys, it's non-union. You don't even have to feed them anyway. You say, hey, thanks for coming. We'll see you next time. It'll be good for your reel, we tell them.
Suspect heading east. He's making a left on 4th. We're on it. Okay, he's picking up speed. We're gonna have to dive. He's moving too fast. I can't get a lock on him. I don't have a shot. Abort, abort, abort. We're out of juice. Returning to base. We're going down.
So, you'll just... So we got bored a little bit one afternoon, and we decided to use a knife and cut up a shirt and make it look like someone got cut up. What we did is we had Tino standing there with a pre-ripped shirt. So we cut it with some scissors. And then I come over here with a knife, stand at a pretty safe distance. And with the cameraman, he tells you how close you are to where the cut is, because where you're cutting is not actually anywhere near where you think you are. So you ask the camera guy to say, okay, are we close? We close? And so you have to make this sort of fake cut across the area so it looks like it lines up. And some people were pretty critical of the angle. They had like a protractor and, yeah. Well, anyway, try to get as close as possible. And then what we did is we brought it into After Effects, took a clean plate of the shirt before we cut it, and then we just composite that over top it. And we did like a mocha track on it so that it was pretty good. And then as the knife comes across it, we just sort of mask it away or just, fade it away so that you can just actually see the ripped shirt and nobody gets hurt. But if you want to really cut some people, no, don't cut people. But another thing you could do is maybe have like a wound, like a big bloody slice underneath it. There's a lot of fun things. In fact, probably the first special effect I ever did was, I must have been 9 or 10 years old. And I had a black and white video camera. And I wanted to make it look like there was bullet holes after a gun gets fired. So what we did is we took some makeup and, part of like a piece of tape, put the makeup on the tape and covered up a fake bullet wound in the form of like a Sharpie black marker. And then essentially, I've got some props here to explain. The tape was covering the black wound. And then we had some fishing string off to the side. And so during the action, you would have a sound effect, which was actually just a really loud clap right next to the microphone. And then you would pull the string off, and so you would see, oh, he's okay, and then all of a sudden this would be pulled away, and then there was a hole. So how that could sort of relate now, besides being the most amazing effect ever made, I may even try to dig that up and see if I can find the VHS, and I'll play that tape for you. It's going to be amazing. But basically, you could do that in the same way. You could put like a more impressive bullet wound on somebody, have them walk into a scene, hey, what's going on? And then when they get shot, you just take a piece of his skin before it was bloody, cover it up, and then you have like a blood effect from maybe, I don't know, Action Essentials 2, pretty cool collection, I think, and some blood or whatever goes off, and then you have the wound right there. So it's a pretty simple effect, but you can actually get away with doing some, cool stuff. And all of a sudden I'm going to be sitting here, and then boom! All right, so we've got a lot of exciting things happening on the website. We recently launched a slightly upgraded version, 4.5-ish, and some cool new things there. Check that out. You can download video tutorials now, so hopefully that'll help some people out. We have a free stock footage pack, so check that out. We actually, Tino went to this air show and filmed this like amazing explosion. We have some time-lapse clouds and some really cool textures. Maybe we can we move the camera and like put it behind this green screen? They can maybe play it. How long would that take to like move everything? Like 10 seconds? Nah, that's too long. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't seen our failed blog show outtake where, there's this, well, let's take a look. Hello. Do you think that this dirt's going to hit the camera? Should we, maybe we should do this behind the building so the wind won't be a problem. Anyway, we have a tutorial on creating that effect, so you can check that out in the tutorial section. I think it's called like Desert Explosion or something like that. All right, well, it's December. It's the end of the year. It's been a great year. We've had a lot of fun. We've hurt Sam a little bit, and we cut Tino up. Frankly, it's been a very memorable year. And I thought maybe we could do something to just kind of send it off or play it out, if you will, at the end. So I want to go ahead and say goodbye VideoCopilot style.
All right, so we're going to play a little song called California Dreamin'. Sammy, take it away. Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa.
That's how we do it in pro.
Yep.